I think it's time for a road trip. Alright guys, this is the trial run. I believe I got everything done on here I was wanting to get done. Sorry I didn't have more footage of it. I lost some footage the other day. Check it. Grease. Good enough. Sunglasses. No worries. And so here we go. Still no overdrive. It's kind of frustrating. It's gonna be a bad solenoid. I really was hoping that the wiring I did on it had it fixed. A little more comfortable with my seat. Had it running for a little bit, and it's hot out today, and it's not even right at 180, I guess. Biggest thing is brakes are crazy. I guess the back brakes haven't worked for a while, so they probably got some rust built up on them. But yeah. Not real happy about the overdrive yet. That's going to really limit my desire to want to drive it long distances. It's not going to help my gas mileage, since my already still have the rich issue as far as I know. Right there. my little indicator light or something to kind of show me what gear I'm on in my selector. I can see the dots, but that takes some thinking. Holding 190 right now. Temperature. A little bit of surging on the idle there. I was warming up. Not sure why. Oh shit. I just lost an airbag. Just lost an airbag. Let's see. And it's getting hot. I'll see what happened there. That is not good. Hopefully it's an airline and not the actual bag. Alright. I don't know what's happening yet. I just pulled in here, turned around, messed with the camera, and something airbag blew out, or hopefully just an air hose. Maybe I had too close to the exhaust and got melted and blew out. But I'm just now checking, and we'll see here in a minute. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. If you look, I don't know if you can see it or not, the blue airline. Blue airline right there runs right on top of my exhaust, and sadly on the other side I had went ahead and wrapped it because I had some wrap to go around it, and this side I didn't wrap it. The other side I put priority because it was right next to the fuel pump. So if I had wrapped this side, I wouldn't have this right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to get to that spot where everything's hot right now, and try to go ahead and cut a piece out of it. There's a hardware store just down the road. I can run and get a airline splice, and then we'll go from there. Yep, so I was right there is my hole. So look at my toolbox. I don't think I got anything to splice. I used to run bigger airlines than this, and I had splices for it, but I don't know if I've got take. You know, the sad thing about it is when I had the original airlines on it, I did the exact same thing in the exact same spot, and end up having to splice it back together. So wife is only about 10 minutes away. I might go ahead and just call her, have her bring that box of plastic line, because even if I got this one fixed, I don't think I can get it fed back through where I'm at. I'll have to snake it through the fire. Well, okay, I'll have to maybe snake it through the firewall. I go ahead and splice it. Yeah, definitely not high temperature stuff. So let me go ahead and cut this off here. Okay, so I don't see any. Wait, maybe. I don't know. I got a fitting here, but plastic fitting, and it's 2 different sizes. What I'm going to do is jog over to the local hardware store and get me a fitting or a splice, or I'm not sure what I'll get for this plastic line to put it back together. It has to hold some pretty good pressure up here on the front. The back's not nearly as high pressure, but the front really is, so it has to be able to maintain at least 130 psi. So we'll see. Now to call the wife. Okay, so at this point my audio quit recording. I'm not sure why. New camera, still got some bugs to it. Maybe unplugged it, having to use it in handheld mode. So this is my first attempt at voiceover, so bear with me. If you notice, I use a tripod as my hood support there, because I left the house thinking I wasn't going to need one, but I did. It worked quite well for that. Of course, I ended up having to hold the camera in my hand and managed to unplug the microphone. Okay, and then I went to the inside of the truck, and I was going to go ahead and show you some of the interior stuff I've gotten done on it. You can see the seat belts, which I've had ever since I built the truck. I had worked the stock seat belts out of the 86 F350 into it. Not sure, how they would actually do in a crash, but they ought to slow you down anyway. You see the new seats I just got for my nephew. Got them in there. They're pretty comfortable. The headliner is a Mexican blanket. I just used spray adhesive and mounted it up there. Hindsight, I probably would put 1/4 inch foam underneath it first, and then secured it just to give it a little more sound deadening quality. Did some of the interior. Okay, yeah, there's a good shot right there. Shifter, the steering wheel. There you go. There's the center console. I was commenting there that zip tie is temporary. I was going to come back and drill holes and put washers and screws around the base of that shifter boot, which is actually, I repurposed that's a speed bag, a boxing speed bag that I cut down. Makes awesome shift boots. I highly recommend it. I also did one in Sketchy. That's a good leather old speed bag. Anyway, that was, I guess, all I was going to show on the inside. For my local friends that live in the Cuba, Missouri area, you probably recognize where I'm at. I actually kind of crossed the road and down a little bit from the old Loose Ends Saloon, old haunt of mine. There you can see it just right in front of where, or just brown building back there. It's been shut down for a while now. It's a comic book shop. Neglected to get in there yet and check it out. I think it just would be too much for me to take. I don't know. I spent many a time in there. I used to work the door. It was a good time. There's a good shot of the front of it. But let's see. I don't know what I found to ramble on this long about. Showing where I put the jack underneath it to lift it up. I think I may have to get underneath there, but I did not. I was thinking I was going to have to lift it up and pull that wheel off to get to that airbag. I'm really glad that's not the case. There I was probably showing that eventually I'm going to cover up where all those wires go to the computer. And I'm not real happy with that air compressor having to be up top mounted like that. I wish I'd really like to be able to put it down where the old smog pump was at, where it could be tucked away. But that's where it is for now. It works good. I mean, it works good where it's at. That's where I had it mounted with the previous engine.
the compressor that would have been on the 400 for the air conditioner, just from what I understand, don't lend themselves as good for being used for an air compressor as these do. It's a York 210 that I have on there now. And I moved it inside the truck. I'll just sit down, and there she is. She has made it. And I had her bring up the box of airline I had, but then I decided to go ahead and have her run me over I decided to have her run me over to the hardware store to get the fitting I needed. Okay, so now I got it fixed. I'm back on the road, driving back to the house, and all is good, except for the issue I've had with the heating, or with it overheating, is my fault. Apparently the circuit breaker that comes with the electric fans and the instructions, it says not to mount it up there in the hot area, to mount it someplace cooler, like back on the firewall. And I had already mounted it to the back of the fan mounts before I had read that, and I just haven't got around to moving it yet. So it got hot, and the fan kicks out, and I was going to fix it before I took it on this trip, and I didn't do it. So it got hot, the fan kicked off, so I'm making this trip back to the house without the fan working, and it's getting hot. Okay, I made it home. Just as I pulled in and stopped, I had another spot where the airbag was too close to the exhaust and popped again, just a foot up from where I had just spliced it at. But I knew I'm going to have to redo where it's ran anyway. Probably keep it completely outside the frame area, away from the exhaust altogether. But yeah, so I made it back, and I was aggravated. Of course, the trip didn't go as I had hoped. But all in all, the truck's running decent. I guess from technology point of view, it's run so much better than the 400 did. I mean, the 400 ran rich and it had issues, but so I'm ahead of that scenario. But still, yeah, there's the circuit breaker, and that's where what I'm showing there is I went ahead and bypassed it and jumped the wire over to the other side. Just a temporary fix until I can put in actually move that circuit breaker back, or put a different one back on the firewall. And so wrap it up here. This is Glenn for GMP Custom Fabrications, living the dream till the freaking phone rings. Thanks for watching.